So this is going to be a pretty short video, but I think it's going to be kind of interesting to some of you. It's not my typical kind of video, but I've had this question a lot over the years, so I know some of you will want to know why. So pretty much ever since I started putting my barbecue cooks on the internet, on social media, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I've had the same question, and that is, why do I use Fahrenheit and not Celsius, given you're a Brit living in the UK? So I'm going to try and explain why I do, and hopefully it might make a little bit more sense to people. So the question pops up every now and then, but most recently I put out a beef rib video. It was the UK supermarket Sainsbury's beef ribs, and YouTube did its thing and started sharing that video with clearly people who weren't into barbecue, probably just more people who like to cook and watch cooking YouTube videos. And some people on there got real upset. Plenty of people asking me, and rightly so, why I use Fahrenheit and not Celsius. Some people saying that they were blocking my channel because they didn't want to see me using stupid units. And again, quite rightly, asking me why I don't convert it from Fahrenheit to Celsius in my videos. It would be easier for everyone. And I agree. But to answer the question why I use Fahrenheit, it's basically as simple as this. So when I started cooking barbecue back in 2014, there was pretty much no UK or English resources. All of the resources online were American. There were some sub-forums on things like smokingmeatforums.com, and there were some European people on YouTube cooking barbecue, but pretty much 99% of all of the content that I consumed at that time in 2014 was American. So obviously the Americans talking in Fahrenheit, when I was trying to understand temperatures and times and things like that, all I was hearing was Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. And because I wasn't particularly fussed about cooking temperatures prior to cooking barbecue, I wasn't really bothered by the fact that they were talking in Fahrenheit, because my mind didn't naturally think in Celsius when it came to cooking anyway. Everything was done by feel and look. I never really probed anything. I never checked the temperature on my oven. So I was consuming everything in Fahrenheit. So when it came to buying my first smoker, when it came to buying my first thermometer, in my head, all I knew was Fahrenheit. If I was watching Malcolm Reed put something on at 225, I wasn't then gonna try and convert that to Celsius. I was just picking up my thermometer that was already in Fahrenheit, straight off the shelf, putting my probe in and cooking to 225. As I say, I wasn't that bothered about using Celsius because I didn't really use it in my everyday life other than the weather. So as time went on, cooking barbecue in Fahrenheit just became second nature. It's the language that I think about when I cook barbecue. And I don't use it in my everyday life now. When it comes to the weather, fridge temps, all that kind of stuff, I use Celsius. And I don't use Fahrenheit when I'm cooking pizza either. I learned all of my pizza making skills from mostly European videos. So learning from people in Italy, they talk in Celsius, oven temps, oven floor temps. So when I cook pizza, I think in Celsius. But weirdly, after all these years of cooking barbecue, I think about barbecue specifically in Fahrenheit. And it just makes conversing with friends in America and other cooks online much easier. And I know a lot of people in the UK do it too. But that doesn't really address the fact that it doesn't make it easy for everyone in the UK if you're consuming content from me here in the UK and you think in Celsius. So from now on, I should add the Celsius to my videos just to make it easier for everyone. And that's it. That's the weird story about why I use Fahrenheit. It's not for any other reason other than there wasn't anyone cooking barbecue in the UK that I could see, that I knew of, that I could talk to. So Fahrenheit it was. So short, kind of weird video, but I thought it would be easier to do one video than to respond to all of the comments. But hopefully you found it interesting to some degree. If you like this video, if you found it useful, if you found it interesting at all, drop a like, comment below, subscribe, do all those things. It really does help me out. And I'll catch you next week for an actual cooking video.